am just in Ottawa here. I am doing a little video with a bit of a mentor of mine. His name's Jim MacKenzie. He is the owner of Cyclone Snowblowers and Capital Services here in Ottawa. They are one of the largest snow removal companies in Ontario. So right now we're testing something out. It's a 4066R with a 92-inch Cyclone on it. I think I'm going to run one of these as well as my 5 Series that I'm getting this year to try it out. I think it handles pretty nicely, so just show you a bit of footage of running this, and then we'll talk to Jim. So yeah. Oh, for sure, yeah. I think, what do these run at? 2600, I think?
Yeah, oh, that's right, 26.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Dude, I've always run them, so I don't really know, but... Oh, yeah. Yeah, very interesting setup.
That's something to think about, all right. We just pinned it in. I'm glad we didn't lose anything.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
You're gonna have some funny pictures, and you zoom them in. That snow in the grass.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We couldn't wait for this winter to show, right?
No.
Yeah, if you guys are excited as us about this winter.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So what else do you think we need to cover?
I don't know. Well, we are just show off the blowers here. I don't know, Jim, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got started in snow, like what got you into it, and how many companies you've run. I know you've sold a few off and done all kinds of things. Obviously, you created the Cyclone, so you're up to a lot of stuff, but...
Started with the Pronavos for about 25 years, blowing snow like that.
Yep.
And as you can see, the back blade is always presenting a problem pulling snow into the street, and there's quite a bit of space behind those snow blowers.
Right.
So between where your cutting edge is and the back of the blower, we were always about 24, 30 inches almost from the garage doors. You know, there you are about there. So when we took this piece, our very first blower, we actually cut up an old Pronavo and we did the modification, and this was Cyclone #1.
Yep.
We reversed the direction of the barrel, used some of the existing components from the Pronavos, modified the augers, and we had that first year 20 of them into our, well, first year we tried just a single prototype. The following year, over the summer, we made about 20 of these for our own company, and
right.
Gave them to our experienced drivers for a little bit of feedback, and they all said they wouldn't go back to anything else but this. They wouldn't go back to their old Pronavos after that. So
right.
We cleaned it up quite a bit with regards to design. We made some major improvements with the where the snow enters the barrel.
Yep.
And I think, you know, this blower worked really well in wet snow. It worked really well in deep snow, but it had a little bit of trouble with the light fluffy snow under about 3 inches. We found that it would just spill out the throat, and the main reason for that was on these types of blowers, you're gathering your snow together with the augers, and you're throwing the snow into the center of the fan. And as the fan spins, it mixes that light snow with the air turbulence, and that's what's causing it to create a fog out the front. So we played around with a couple of deflectors, trying to get the snow to be more compressed. We were trying to get it into different positions in the fan, and that year we worked quite a bit onto that.
Right.
And we saw some improvements. When we would bring our tractors up to John Deere, we had a lot of mechanics jumping into the tractors, and there was quite a bit of talk, you know, from our competition about how these blowers were working. And they said at John Deere they'd love to sell them, but they couldn't sell a Frankenstein or a used blower.
Yeah.
So where it ended up going was to a new build. This is the Cyclones here, and I guess we'll take you right to the last model.
Sure.
We can see a little bit of, we did this one here that opened up to 10 feet. We saw a huge improvement in productivity. On some of the older neighborhoods though, we were missing a little bit. So we took it to a new extra large side, which now opens up to 10.5 feet. One of the improvements we did in this particular model was a tapered throat, allowing it to compact the snow a little bit more. The deflector system, I don't have it opened up so to show you there, but that's the patent is in the way the snow enters the barrel. We put it into the top right corner. Really reduce the size of the snow. We increase the weight of the snow, and with that you're able to throw much farther at lower RPMs.
Right.
And that represents fuel savings.
Oh yeah, fuel savings.
30%.
Right, wear and tear, everything. Yeah, if you can keep those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So guys are typically blowing snow at around 1600 RPMs. The distance that we would have been blowing snow to Pronovolt around 2200 RPMs.
Right. Oh yeah.
And that's the difference. Yeah.
Right. Right.
The density allows it to stay together. We're really able to clear sidewalks like we never could before. And by having this deflector, putting the snow through a funnel, it squeezes it. It completely eliminated that fogging out the front of the chute here during the small light snowfalls.
Right. Right.
Yeah, and of course galvanizing is hot dip galvanized.
Yep.
Pretty good because our paint is only good for a couple of years.
Yeah. No. To be honest, that was probably. I had the 82-inch this year, and the model is there. It's obviously a totally different technology. It's a huge improvement. I would say the only two real flaws with it were on the 82-inch, the throat was coming up. And as you can see on this one here, the throat's quite narrow. So we did have a few problems with it clogging up in here.
On the 92-inch, we were able to, we started that model with a narrow throat. And we still had good results,
right? Because
you had the horsepower to push that snow through it, and and by squeezing that snow through the throat, you were gaining a little bit of distance in your throw power. But when we did it, you can see on this one here, the small throat has been extended. It just created a point of restriction, and at 60 odd horsepower, it acted as a hindrance. It didn't help us in any way. So on our first three that we built in our own fleet here, we opened them up, and night and day performance.
Right. And, no, I can see that for sure. Yeah. So really, other than that, this year I'll be going with the galvanized ones. The paint needs work for sure, but I think working with Pronovolt now, obviously, if they're because you're gonna galvanize most of them now, aren't you?
Right. So the process going forward now with Pronovolt, all of the blowers will have Pronovolt chutes, augers, and fans.
Yep.
They've got an epoxy primer coat system. It's pretty darn good.
Yeah, it's pretty proven.
The boxes are going to be galvanized, and the 82-inch is going to go through a redesign that'll offer up a 26-inch fan from the 24. Again, I think this is going to be a good improvement for blowing distance.
Right.
And give you a little bit more throw power, and that'll allow you to bring those RPMs down some.
Yep. Yeah. For sure.
So we're all painted up, and as you can tell from our exercise blowing dirt, and we're anxious and ready to get
for sure. So you can see we got quite a few blowers going on here. How many tractors are you going to be running this winter, Jim? Do you know yet, or what do you think?
Last year we We're cleaning just shy of 6,000 laneways.
Yep.
Since we put the Cyclones in 3 years ago, we increased our customer base from 3,400 laneways to just shy of 6.
Yeah.
The first year with the 20, we went from 34 to just shy of 5. And that's really incredible in a mature market. So I would have to contribute a lot of the growth to the snowblower, meaning less snow on the street, faster circulation times.
Yep.
And some of the customers were commented on that, no mess in the street.
Which is huge. Yeah, I know that was obviously that's the main advantage. Without the back blade, the difference is huge. My dad was the one that ran the 82-inch this year on our 4052R, and when he hopped in the 4066 with the old style Pronovos, it was just huge. It just pissed him off every time he used that thing, right? Because when you pull out onto the road with a back blade, I mean, it's better than snow in front of the garage door, but you still got to clean it up, right? So, yeah.
Customers, you know, have given us good feedback, and the drivers said, "Boy, I tell you, they can't go back to the old system after."
Yeah.
The productivity's there, and I think even with the cutting angle, we were scraping a little bit better than on the old Pronovos or the Normans.
Right.
We increased the cutting angle 3 degrees, so helps you in that transition when the tractor levels out at the street there. Yeah. And keeping it very short and having your right in the back.
The weight is very close to the tractor on these ones.
Really close. Yeah, it pivots off the back corner, and your blade doesn't really lift much up in as you transition to the flat street.
Yep.
Yeah, some of the improvements
for sure.
And the sides there, boy, oh boy, that's
the wings. Yeah, I'm yet to try those out. I've got big hopes for the wings. Double driveways and 2 passes sounds pretty appealing to me. So. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah. Oh, actually, I gotta order my 92. I ordered the 2 with the wings, but after trying this out, I think we'll go with the third one.
It'll be okay too.
Yeah. So that'll set us up if we want to go with big tractors or small tractors or whatever.
It keeps the door open, and I think that the tractor can handle it. Let her take it away.
Right.
Yeah. You're gonna get it's a little bit stronger. Stronger blower. I think it's good call there now.
For sure. Yep. Alrighty. I don't know. What else can we talk about here? I'll take something back to the shop here.
So we do a lot of, as you can tell, looking at the lot of blowers here in the yard.
It's got quite the operation. Yep. But, so the rest are out on summer rental, right?
Summer rentals, yeah. I think with the that's one of the components in a large tractor with the expense of the larger machines. It's nice when you can get them rented out to the farm.
Right.
Once they start getting paid off, you can see some of the older girls there. Have been put to pasture.
Yep.
And the smaller units, your payments are less, but you don't really have the market for them in the summer.
No.
So
I know,
a loader on it's kind of handy for maybe one of them, or you might get some landscapers that'll give some hours to the smaller units. I guess it's always helpful to get some of the payments made.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
That's it. So we're stretched out at the 4 corners here, and
how's all
good.
On?
Let's see where Angela's up here. What a stack of rebar.
Nice. Yeah. So these are from all the snow stakes. If you haven't seen them before, we put these at the end of all of our driveways, and it really helps with obviously showing the driver if it's your driveway or not, and obviously huge marketing advantage.
It's pretty good too, this reflective tape up the top.
Right.
I find that you can be coming down the street, those first wet snowfalls, sometimes they're sticking to the pickets.
Oh yeah.
And these little flashes of color will come right at you. The red looks nice too.
Yep.
With the whites and pickets a little more distinction.
Right. Yeah.
And, having a sleeve that goes over top of the rebar certainly allows you to get away with a stick like this. Keeps everything uniform at height. Yep. And looks pretty sharp on the streets, and the drivers are looking at paperless anymore.
Right. Yeah. No, yeah. You get your company colors on there. I know mine are. They're pretty much all green. They're John Deere green with some white on there, and they look really nice too. So kind of do whatever you want with those.
Customers are saying that. Are you the one with the yellow pickets?
Yep.
You know, and it does become a trademark and an identification.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that since we started marking our driveways clearly like this, it certainly simplifies things for one driver going on to another man's route, helping out, and being effective, and you know, not just poking holes into his route, but getting them done, helping him get it done. Good thing to have, 100%.
Absolutely.
Since we started doing these markers, it's probably about 25 years ago. It was in the days when the businesses were doubling. So any area where, you know, the percentage of snow removal is below, I would say, 20% clients buying into it, this will be instrumental for the growth of your business.
Oh, it was huge for us. Like, I was the first guy in an area of, I don't know, 200 kilometers that had them, right? Yeah. And it was huge.
And how long after before all your competitors were doing
it? 1 year. 1 year
Enjoy
later.
it while it lasts.
Yeah.
You can see we're pretty heavily invested into it.
Yeah. No, I know. Actually, it was funny. I had one of my competitors. He, I don't know which one it was, but they complained to the city about them because they said it was unfair. The marketing advantage was unfair for them because they didn't have them, so they wanted them banned.
Here's something a little bit different. You know, you can notice there's a piece of red tape up here. We put the red tape onto our walkway routes. Again, even the fellows shoveling the walkways benefit with some kind of identification close to the street.
Yep.
We ran an experiment. We call this our eco option. It was a second tier snow removal. We would clean the driveways after the city plows had passed. It was a way of offering another service at a lower price.
Right.
It allowed our drivers something to do when waiting on the city plows. And it was ideal for, I'd say, seniors, people who are away for the winter. A lot of people don't go out when the city plows haven't cleaned the streets. So this idea of getting out there at 2 in the morning and making a pass, and second pass at 7 in the morning, is maybe more than some customers need, and it helps bring more people into the industry. And what we ended up learning from this experiment was it was a price point that allowed people to come in.
So what's the difference in price point from your full seasonal package versus the eco option?
It was a $75 reduction in price.
Right.
So that might represent about 25%.
Yep.
What we also found, surprisingly enough, is a lot of people upgraded from this back to a regular service.
Oh, did they? Yeah.
They kind of said, well, we don't want to be the last guy on the street.
No.
People are funny like that. They look to see what their neighbors got, and they like the price point. It helped them sign up on board. But once they realized for $75 more, they were getting cleaned a little more regularly.
Right.
It was beneficial in those winters when you're getting wet snow freezing.
Sure.
You get that extra couple of scrapes, kept the driveways cleaner at the end of the day, and for $75, some people were ready to upgrade. And surprisingly, a lot of them chose that. So it's like it was a good introductory product, and another option for price-sensitive customers.
Right. Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Yeah, no, I've never done anything like that. There has been a bit of demand for it, but yeah, no, I makes sense.
It allows customers who want to negotiate hard on price. You can say yes to them and offer them a service more relative to the price that they're willing to pay.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's a good thing. It's easier than saying no or being inflexible.
Yeah. No, I know.
Give them some choices.
Right. Yeah. When you're going from volume, it's all volume in this game. It's not about the dollar. Well, I mean, overall, you need a decent dollar per customer, obviously.
Yeah, but filling in the blanks are important too.
Right. Yeah. When you have a route, and if you can add somebody to that route, your cost very marginally goes up, but your profit goes way up, right? So that route density is absolutely key.
My guys were telling me, for a couple of hours sometimes they'd be waiting on their steering wheels for the city plows to even come out.
Yeah.
So we had, an extra little bit of work was good.
Oh, for sure. Yep.
Take it on.
Yep.
How are you doing there, Angelo? Good. Got the rotor screen down there? Yeah, I didn't get your, when did you need that? Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday.
Tuesday or Wednesday, okay. I didn't have the trailer wheel on it, but it's something on the How are you doing there, Nick?
We just got done playing around with the 92-inch Cyclone on the 4066 here. I've been kind of interested in this setup for a while. A lot of guys are saying it can't be done, but we just ran it through a bunch of grass back there and a massive dirt pile. So it performed extremely well. I was actually really surprised. It performed on the road. A little bit of bounce, but nothing major. Absolutely doable. I think it's going to be a great setup. I plan on running one of them this year, and we'll see how it goes, but I think it should handle it just fine with the 66 horse.
Yeah, one of the nice things about what John Deere is saying this year on the 4066s are they're going to be making a extended weight beam up front, so we'll be able to load a little bit more weights up in the front. As you can see, we're just running the 5 weight bar right now with loaded tires, and I thought it did pretty darn good too,
Sure
keeping
did.
that front end down.
And especially even more weight. I was thinking the same thing, like actually on my 3046R, so even smaller tractor than this, we're running, I believe, 7 of these ones. Yeah, we've got the extended weight with 7 of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, so if you would run 7 or 10 of those, no problem. Tractor can handle it easily, and it should be good. So yeah, I'm really impressed with this little setup. Obviously, it's not going to keep up with a 6, but on those tighter spaces, you want to run a bigger blower, improve efficiency that way.
Yeah, I think you're going to get a lot more punch with the bigger blower on this tractor, and going around and looking at it, you know, it's really not sticking out that far off the sides there.
And
Try to get an angle down, it allow you to cut the banks back and round your corners.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good, eh?
Sure does, yeah, no, that's exactly what you want, some overhang. Yeah, around the edge of those driveways nicely. The real reason I'm looking into it is because it leaves your options a lot more open too, right? Like if you want to run this blower on a bigger tractor later, you can really play with the sizes. So if a 66 horse can handle it, 100 horse is no problem, obviously.
Yeah, that's right. If you choose to step up to a faster road speed, you can still make good use of the same blower, which is kind of nice to see that it's carrying so well. Yeah, that's it's quite surprising, you know, by weight ratio. Having it that much closer to the tractor does make a big difference.
Yeah, no, so yeah, I guess it really, we'll have to try it out in that wet snow. But yeah, a lot of people are saying the tractor won't handle it, and right now it definitely does. So I'm pretty excited about that.
So we can find some snow to get her into. That's the best we can show you right now.
Absolutely.
Right on.